Good morning, everyone. I am Monica Sharma, a member at AR Club. As we always see, being in a three-tier college, we always felt a lack of technical and overall growth activities in our college. That's why AR Club organizes events, sessions, hackathons with industry experts and companies to boost student learning and reward them with swags and prizes. Now, I would like to express my thanks to our expert speaker, Mr. Vaidik Pandya, for having his vulnerable presence and also thankful for audience for joining. We are sure that today's morning will definitely gonna add value to your upskilling journey. So today we are here with Mr. Vaidik Pandya, a professional web hacker who has hacked Google, Microsoft, and 1,000 plus valid bugs are being reported in his name. He will guide you today about web hacking, a skill in demand. Now I would like to hand over virtual stage to our expert speaker, Mr. Vaidik Pandya. Please, sir.
So, hello everyone, here I am, and we are going to start our session in a, you can say, a little bit of practical manner. We are not going to do in a traditional way. यहाँ अपन लोग we are not only doing it on PPTs, we are going to do it on a particular or a practical live basis. Okay, so let's start this thing. So definitely we got some sort of PDF for our basic introduction. I think my screen is visible. My screen is visible or what? Yeah. So my screen is visible here. You can see that. So there is a basic thing. What comes into our mind when we hear the word hacking? What comes into our mind? First of all, we usually know of a guy in the एक green hood green टर्मिनल को लेके ब्लैक वर्ड्स में कुछ लिख रहा है. So that's what we think. First of all, है ना? This is what we think when it comes to the word hacking. But in reality, hacking is way different than all what we think. So हैकिंग इज ए डिफरेंट पर्सपेक्टिव. अपन लोग हैकिंग को अपने आप में एक अलग ही तरीके से समझते हैं, बट देर इज अ होल डिफरेंट थिंग हाउ हैकिंग वर्क्स. नाउ फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल लेट मी इंट्रोड्यूस माई सेल्फ हु आई एम. हु एम आई? ओके, so I am Vaidik Pandya, a Bhagantan cybersecurity researcher, founder of the Cyber Securities, and I'm also a YouTuber. And you can say, yeah, that's all I am. I won't say myself a cybersecurity researcher. I would prefer to say I'm a cybersecurity enthusiast. Right now, what is hacking? The main word what we are going to do here, right? The hacking words makes us curious about something called technical thief or something like that, right? So hacking refers to the activities that seeks to compromise digital services such as computers, smartphones, tablets, and even internet network. So I would say hacking is something, you can say, anything is having any sort of internet connection or connectivity can be hacked. It is not only like some sort of accounts, websites. It's not like that. Even Bluetooth and other things also can be hacked. Okay. Now the next thing we are having is types of hacker. We are a little bit of aware of this thing. White hat hacker, black hat hacker, gray hat hacker, and like that. Right. So you can say the people who are the hackers or the people who are doing everything for good purpose are usually known as white hat hackers, right? So you can say those who are expertise or the hackers who are certified to hack the system are usually known as white hat hackers or ethical hackers, right? We all know these three definitions, right? There is nothing no big deal in it. Now there is a black hat hacker. You can say that who are knowledgeable in computers and all the things, but they are doing it in wrong intention. So they are usually known as black hat hackers, or you can say they are not actually doing an ethical work, right? So you can take an example, the database leaks and all the things. Like you all know what are the unethical things going on when it comes to hacking. Now then there is the last one, gray hat hacker. These are like hackers are usually divided into the three sorts of in the name of hats. You can say that white hat, black hat, gray hat, right? So here we are having the gray hat hacker that are falling between the white hat and black hat. So you can just imagine if white and black are the color, what will the combined color? It would be the gray, right? So here is the gray hat hacker. So they are not certified, but they are doing it for good intentions, right? So how hackers hack? How hackers are hacking? First of all, so it's not about that systems are compromised or peoples are compromised. It's not कि हम लोग हैक हो जाते हैं, राइट? Our data is getting leaked. It's not like that. इसके अंदर बहुत सी चीज़ें होती है जो बैकग्राउंड में मैटर करती है, लाइक अगर मैं इस चीज़ को प्रैक्टिकली उठाता हूँ, तो यू कैन से कि हैकिंग इज नॉट अबाउट completely our fault or the hackers skill. It's all about, you can say, 50% our fault and 50% hackers fault. We are vulnerable or we are not that much educated about the hacking when it comes to particular approach, or you can say a practical approach, right? We don't know how to be secure. We are usually like, okay, we are already into making new friends. We are on social media. A lot of our details are on social media, right? किसी का बर्थडे हो गया, और बर्थ डेट्स और ग्रेजुएशन और you can say education background or all the things about us are on internet, right? अगर किसी के भी ऊपर कोई भी information gathering करनी हो, we can do a lot of things on it in via the internet. But you can say अगर इंटरनेट पर इतना कुछ अवेलेबल है, तो इट इज़ ऑलरेडी लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स, यू कैन से बहुत ईज़ी हो जाता है हैकर के लिए हैक करना, राइट? अगर तुम्हारा पासवर्ड सपोज़ करता हूँ योर नेम, देन यूजिंग एट द रेट एंड सम सॉर्ट ऑफ, you can share birth date, so that can be easily hacked, right? There are multiple tools on internet जिनको आपके 5 या 6 डिटेल्स डाल दो आप, which you can find on LinkedIn, Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat especially. If you just enter these 4 details, then boom, you are having a whole word list which can be your password, and possibly you can say a lot of people are having their password like that thing. So that's the important issue there. Okay, so hackers are hacking in a very practical way, which we are not aware of in usual life. In our day to day life, we are not aware of how hackers are hacking in their daily lives. But yeah, they are actually doing it all from your social media and all from your other handles. There is a section information gathering. We will check that out. The common questions I usually get: um, what is WAF? What is WAF? Web application firewall, right? So you can just say, ये अपने name से clear a web application firewall. So there are web applications, multiple web applications. You can say अपने पास बहुत सी web applications currently available होती है, जिसके अंदर अपन देख लेते हैं, तो we are getting some sort of cloud player, then we can say my web. तो व्हाट वेब एप्लीकेशन इज डूइंग कि वेब एप्लीकेशन देखो, लाइक अपने पास पीसी हो गया, वी आर हैविंग सम सॉर्ट ऑफ कंप्यूटर, हियर वी आर हैविंग अ मैक, अ विंडोज, एंड्रॉइड, अ क्रोम बुक, वट एवर वी आर हैविंग, we get some sort of antivirus. So you can say WAF is some sort of protection mechanism for web application. So this is what we know as WAF. अब WAF के बहुत सारे टाइप होते हैं. Cloudflare हो गया, one of the most common thing you usually see on internet. Then Akamai. Then I can say we get a lot of other sorts of WAF too. ठीक है, तो ये बहुत से अलग अलग कह सकते हैं अपन को. इस एक तरीके से ये एक एंटीवायरस से सिक्योरिटी मैकेनिज्म है, किसके लिए? वेब एप्लीकेशन के लिए, राइट? What is bug bounty program? What is bug bounty program? So there is a little bit of you can say in-depth question. So I would say सबसे पहले bug bounty क्या होता है? So you can say that what is bug bounty, अगर हम इसको देखते हैं, what is bug bounty in simple approach. So you can say कि we got a lot of web apps. अपने पास बहुत सारी web apps available है इंटरनेट पर. Now what companies are doing are that they are hiring security researchers, right? But rather than hiring security researchers, they are also doing a thing that launching a bug bounty program. So what actually bug bounty program is, you can say we are like they are having their own policies. Okay, so there will be a their program like this. Let me take an assumption. Domain.com. I'm just taking an example as domain.com, and then their bug bounty program. Now what will be here is like that कि अपने को यहाँ कुछ लिमिटेड टारगेट दिया होगा लाइक ओके you can do your security research on domain.com on some sort of subdomain.com. ठीक है, तुम अपना सिक्योरिटी रिसर्च इस पे कर सकते हो. यू कैन ट्राई टू फाइंड सिक्योरिटी इश्यूज स्पेशली यू कैन से बग्स. यू कैन you can't find some sort of software testing bugs. You have to find some security issues when it comes to bug bounty program. Okay, you have to find some you have to find some security issues and report it to them. You have to report it to them, and then what you will get is like they will give you any sort of reward in exchange of the report. So this is what a bug bounty program is. If we just cover up in a single line, then it would be like doing security research on the basis of freelancing on some sort of bug bounty program. It can be on platform and it can be on any other place like their own programs. तो अगर बग बाउंटी एक वेब एप्लीकेशन फायरवॉल या वेब पेन टेस्टिंग में बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल होता है बग बाउंटीज का. तो देर आर यूजुअली मेनी टाइप्स ऑफ हंटिंग लाइक यहाँ कुछ प्लेटफॉर्म्स होते हैं. वी गॉट सम प्लेटफॉर्म्स हियर. वी गॉट सम प्लेटफॉर्म्स हियर. वी गॉट प्लेटफॉर्म्स. इसके अंदर बहुत से प्लेटफॉर्म्स हो गए जो उनको बग बाउंटी प्रोग्राम्स ऑफर करते हैं. हैकर वन ऑफ माई फेवरेट. क्राउड. इंटेग्रिटी. Yes, we have. So these are all. There's a lot of platforms. Then these are the four that I usually use. So these are some sort of you can say bug bounty program. देख सकते हो यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है bug bounty program. So let me just try to open a random one. Let me try to open anyone here. Let me click on Fastly VDP. Let me click on some other one, Myro. And now you can see this. यहाँ देख सकते हैं मायरो का एक बग बाउंटी प्रोग्राम है ये. जहाँ पर इन्होंने मेरे को कुछ वेबसाइट्स दिए जहाँ पर मैं अपना सिक्योरिटी रिसर्च कर सकता हूँ. जैसे कि ये रहा. ठीक है. एंड इन एक्सचेंज ऑफ बग्स जब मैं उनको बग्स रिपोर्ट करूंगा इफ दे आर वैलिड राइट सो दे आर गिविंग मी सम सॉर्ट ऑफ रिवॉर्ड इन द मॉनेटरी रिवॉर्ड्स हियर. यू कैन से दे आर हैविंग देयर टॉप रिवॉर्ड इज $3,000. राइट. So this is what a bug bounty program exactly is. Now the next thing, what is social engineering? Okay, what is social engineering? So you can say social engineering is something like human hacking, maybe, right? Social engineering, you can say as a human hacking. You are trying to hack some sort of your a human brain. So social engineering is in a single word. I would say that it's you know फिशिंग कह सकते हो उसको एक तरीके से. बाय द फिशिंग इसके अंदर आता है. आप किसी यूजर को कोई पर्टिकुलर चीज करने के लिए उसको फोर्स कर रहे हो राइट. So that is a sort of social engineering attack. But in social engineering, there is a lot of things phishing, wishing, smishing, right? So if we are talking about a particular thing in social engineering, then it would be like getting you a mail, some sort of vulnerable mail, getting you into some sort of chats, getting into some sort of fake IDs, and a lot of things, right? So social engineering can be a whole different topic when it comes to doing an attack or learning about them, right? Now, there's a fourth question: how database of big companies are leaked. We usually hear the news like the database of XYZ company has been leaked on some sort of dark web or some sort of XYZ. You know, the latest game was also being leaked on some sort of little bit on some prices, I guess. Right. So there's a lot of database, lot of companies, lot of sensitive information which is also being hacked. But also one more thing, when database of big companies are leaked, all the all the users of there are not only you can say उसी वेबसाइट के ऊपर कॉम्प्रोमाइज़ नहीं होते। अगर मैं यहाँ पर बताता हूँ, समझ लो डेटाबेस लीक हुआ है किसी सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफ़ॉर्म का, राइट? सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफ़ॉर्म का डेटाबेस लीक हुआ है, जस्ट एन एग्ज़ाम्पल। देन अब यहाँ पर इतना सिंपल चीज़ नहीं है कि ठीक है, वहाँ लीक हो गया, इट्स ऑलराइट, यू कैन चेंज इट, इट्स नॉट अबाउट दैट। जो यहाँ पर आपका डेटा था, इसके अंदर क्या-क्या लीक हुआ है? ईमेल, पासवर्ड, नेम, एड्रेस एंड फ़ोन नंबर, 5 चीज़ें लीक हो रही है, राइट? Example is 5 things are getting leaked. Now, there is the security issue. Now, there is a hacker trying to hack you, right? Hacker trying to hack you here. What the hacker will do? The hacker will just find this already leaked database and just use the email and password, and you will get access to the login account. Now, usually, many people are doing like a same password for multiple apps. You are not supposed to do the same password for multiple apps. You have to separate them. Okay, you don't have to use a same password for every application. You have to use a different password for every application. So make sure you are doing that. That would be a good thing to protect yourself from different attacks. Right now, what are the no? How, yeah, how database of big companies are leaked? So database of big companies are leaked via multiple things. So if I take example, how I was able to access a database of a company while testing while doing bug bounty. By the way, I reported it. It's pretty simple. You don't have to do anything complex or something like that. It's very simple. So all what I done was like you can say there was some sort of open IPs, or you can say I was able to perform a particular bug named SSRF, which leads into some sort of local file inclusion. And in the end, all what I got is access to all the things I can. Okay, so let me give you example here. There was a simple bug. Like usually database are leaked from bugs or some sort of security issues. It depends what kind of security issue that was. Okay, so ये डिपेंड करता है कौन सा सिक्योरिटी इशू कहाँ पर है, उस हिसाब से अपन को अलग अलग बग्स मिल सकते हैं जिनको अपन दो तरीके से यूज़ कर सकते हैं। तो यूजुअली डेटाबेस लीक्स आर नॉट एन एथिकल थिंग। डेफिनेटली वो एथिकल चीज़ नहीं है। तो डेफिनेटली दे आर ट्राइंग टू डू इट फ्रॉम सिक्योरिटी इश्यूज। लाइक अगर मेरे को यहाँ पर एसआरएफ मिला था, I tried to escalate it to. I will tell you what an SRF is. Just a second. It will be in the PDF. So escalate it to file retrieval. In the file retrieval, I was able to access any file. Now, if I'm able to access any file, I can download any file, and yes, definitely I will have the whole database if I was able to access the whole file. Now, next thing, hacking is easy. So I will say hacking is not easy, but hacking is simple. You can say that hacking is not easy. We are usually thinking that okay, typing 4 to 5 commands is something which we can say as hacking, but definitely no, hacking is not just typing few commands. There is a way more things like you can say बहुत अलग है अपने आप में hacking एक field ही. You have to update it every single hour I will say. क्योंकि बहुत ज़्यादा अपडेट होना होता है इसके अंदर when you are particularly doing some sort of security research. Now, what are the best security practice for web applications? तो वेब एप्लीकेशंस के लिए सबसे बेस्ट रहेगा जो भी सर्विस आप यूज़ कर रहे हो। आई डोंट नो, देयर आर सम वेबसाइट्स व्हिच आर यूजिंग यू कैन से देयर आर सम वेबसाइट्स व्हिच आर यूजिंग लेट्स सपोज Cloudflare maybe, or I will say WordPress. Okay, So if you are using some sort of service or CMS named WordPress, then what you have to do is you have to make sure that it's updated, make sure it's previously disclosed security issues, and also apply a web application firewall and load balancer if possible. So security measures for web applications is much more than a single thing or securing a particular single endpoint. Now, how to be secure on internet? How will you? How can I say that you are secure on internet? So internet is something which you are like you can say no one is secure or no one is you can say na कि कोई भी इंटरनेट या हैकर से सिक्योर नहीं है if they are definitely there to hack you. So let's suppose there are a lot of measures actually you can use to protect yourself from this sort of issues. Like if I say just don't use the same password thing, right? Don't use the same password, then don't be too friendly. Particularly, there's a lot of people who are being too friendly or just okay, ready to make the strangers, ready to accept the stranger friends and many more things. You are not supposed to be that much friendly on internet because you never know who's there, who is there behind the ID, right? Keep changing your passwords. Obviously, that's a very important thing. Malicious link thing, yeah, we all know that. Okay, if there is a malicious thing, then we don't have to click on it, right? And there's a lot of measures. You can write a whole page, but in the end, what you need is keep changing your password. Don't trust anything or anyone on internet, especially when it comes to any sorts of clickable links or sharing any password, sharing any IDs or anything like that. So being secure on internet is as simple as being, you know, being private. Now, the next thing, how dark web looks like. I think that's a very common thing that a lot of people are going to ask how dark web looks like, right? So I can say dark web is not that different from normal website, but they are not common as normal website. I will say that there is something called dark web. Okay, it will be not like domain.com. It will be like some sort of hash dot onion. This is how dark web usually looks like. Like they are not common in the field. They are not that common. Now डार्क वेब इज नॉट ओनली कि हाँ आपको इस तरीके से कोई कॉम्प्लेक्स फॉर्म में मिल रही है डार्क वेब इज मच मच डिफरेंट देन दिस थिंग यू कैन से कि अगर डार्क वेब है डार्क वेब इज नॉट सिक्योर फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल दिस इज अ यूजुअली थिंग अपन को बोला जाता है डार्क वेब इज नॉट सिक्योर ओके आई कैन एग्री डार्क वेब इज नॉट सिक्योर आई कैन एग्री दैट बट ऑल्सो यू कैन से देयर इज अ tons of thing that you don't want like on surface web we are having the Google and all the other things. Maybe we don't need that, and maybe we want to search something on Google, and at least they are restricted for some content, right? Google's and other things are having restrictions. When it comes to the darknet, there is nothing called restrictions. Even though you can say there is a lot of things that you don't even want to see. हाँ कोई restrictions नहीं है तो हाँ जो कि चीज़ें normally normal life में avoided है there is a lot of things like that. You can even see that people are selling illegal stuffs on that thing, so definitely that's not a good thing. And also dark web is having a whole different working. Okay, there are servers definitely. When we are trying to host a surface web, what we are going to do, we will go on hostinger, right? Hostinger or any hosting provider to just buy a website, right? We are just going to do this thing. But usually on dark web The people are having servers at their own homes or own. They are having their own servers. So dark web is way different than the normal websites. But obviously, if there is a dark side, there must be a good side. Okay, the whole payment function is based on bitcoins and other things. So yeah, there's a whole different things how the dark web works. Now, can AI replace jobs in cybersecurity? I don't think that AI can replace jobs in cybersecurity because cybersecurity is a whole different thing when it comes to jobs in cybersecurity, right? Okay, AI can write code, AI can develop code, AI can do multiple things, but in the end, AI is created by humans and we have to make it updated. AI can use logic like humans. Definitely, when it comes to actually hacking something, we have to use our own, the we have to use our own logic building when it comes to cybersecurity. It's not that simple as that. We're not using some sort of predefined code or developing something. There's a whole different thing. We have to manage how attacker can be how attacker is thinking about the website. Right? We have to understand the logic of website, the usage of a website, the user. We have to think from the user end to hack the website. So I don't think that AI can completely replace the cybersecurity jobs, but yeah, AI can replace at some point. Okay, so these are some funny questions I get. You can just check this out. Now let's move ahead. Let's here we are on our main topic, web app hacking. Web app hacking, right? So you can also know this was the main thumbnail of our, we can say that this webinar. So let's take a look at it. Look at this. What it is. What are the prerequisites we need for the web app and testing? Maybe bug bounties, maybe web hacking. You can just call it whatever you want. So if I say what prerequisites you need, so the main prerequisites you might need is a strong will to do it. First of all, because it's not that simple. It's easy, not a simple thing. There is a difference between being easy and simple thing, right? And a laptop with good internet connection, first of all, and a basic usage idea of computers. A basic idea of using computers, you should be able to operate some sort of browsers and other things. Okay, these will be the prerequisites. I will say I will just upload this whole thing and mention the link in the comments. So make sure you check it out. Basic idea of using a computer. That would be prerequisites. But yeah, definitely you have to just achieve understanding of how web works, different types of requests. Okay, so whenever you are just sending some sort of request or clicking on a site, so that this is suppose let's go to Amazon.com, and this is the Amazon.com. I have clicked on the Samsung M04. Now, whenever I click on the website, there is a lot of requests sent to the server. So we have to understand this request and response. This is a basic. You can say these are the basic prerequisites that you should know whenever you're trying to get into the field. But if you are able enough to carry your prerequisites and a little bit more, then definitely you can just take a look on this thing, different type of requests and many more things. Right? You have to understand the fundamentals of development, how backend is working, and it would be better if if you know any sort of development language, maybe Java, Python, whatever you want. If you know that, that would be an additional benefit. Now, here we are on our setup. Uh, do we really need to set up something, right? We need to set up something in the end, right? We have to set up some sort of labs and many more things. So here we are having a setup of Firefox and a software called Burp Suite. So let me try to open the software. So let me open this software. Uh, So here it is having, here we are having the software, the Burp Suite. This is how it looks like. I know it looks like a little bit complex, like some sort of dashboard or whatever it is. No, it's not that complex. It's very simple. We'll take a look about it, and we will need some sort of extensions, right? We all know the browser extensions we usually use. There is a VPN, so we will need some sort of browser extension known as Foxy Proxy, Stabilizer, Cookie Editor. These are some basic ones that I usually use. Cookie Editor and Shodan. We usually need these four extensions. So Foxy Proxy is here. I'm already having Foxy Proxy. You can see this. I'm already having the Foxy Proxy. Then it comes to Webpilizer. Here I'm having the Webpilizer too. Cookie Editor, right? Also having the Cookie Editor here too. Last but not least, Shodan.io. You can use this. And here we are having Shodan too, right? So definitely, there is a lot of things that we are going to use when it comes to actually setting up your lab, right? Then also if you're having a Windows, then you have to install something called WSL or a virtual machine, right? So when it comes to hacking, you will need Linux. It is possible to do hacking from Windows, but you have to do some sort of subsystem of Linux. If you are able to, if your laptop or whatever system you are having is capable of doing virtual machines, then definitely try to do virtual machines. So we will need Linux. So I will personally suggest Kali Linux. It will be my preference. I usually use that. Right. So I will use Kali Linux if your PC able to do virtual machines or able to handle that thing, then definitely you can download and check this out. Or otherwise, if you're not able to handle this thing, then definitely check out the WSL. This thing. I'm not having Microsoft Store here, just showing it. Right. So these few things are the main things, right? And let me show you a little bit of Burp Suite, what the tool Burp Suite is, or what are the extensions. I will say the extensions are more interesting than other things. So now let's suppose, let me open a URL here in my Chrome, cyberbot.com. Here's the URL. I'm opening it. So here is the website. Here's my website. Now, what Webpilizer will do is, you can say what services I am using. The Webpilizer will just mention about. So I'm using WordPress. So definitely here I'm using WordPress. My database are of SQL. Security. You can see just Cloudflare, right? WordPress themes, and a lot of things. So this is where the Cloudflare is You can say that Weaponizer is helping us. Then we are having cookie editor. All the websites are having some sort of cookies and other things, right? We are having a lot of cookies and other things on our website when it comes to logging into a website. A website will force you to just take these cookies, right? So we are able to edit, delete, import, and do a lot of things with cookies here. So this is what a cookie editor is. I will show you how to use this in practical approach. Then the proxy. Yeah, we have installed the Foxy proxy. The Foxy proxy is having a very good thing. You know, as I said, we have to know the request and response. अभी बताया था मैंने वेबसाइट का रिक्वेस्ट और रिस्पॉन्स अपन को जानना होता है, तो अपन किस तरीके से इसके अंदर देख पाएंगे और एडिट कर पाएंगे. So when editing and looking for a particular response and request, we will use the burp suite. The burp suite professional. I'm having professional. You can just use a community version too. So here is some sort of the request and response things. You can just take a look at. I can edit. I can just bomb hundreds of requests on the particular site. A lot of things. In short, I can do a lot of things using burp suite. Burp suite can be a lot very in-depth topic. Yeah, we will take a look into it too. Now that was the basic setup we are having. If you are installing the WSL or Kali, then you will get a lot of tools with you. So here I am having one more thing here. Here I am having my own terminal. I don't know if it is visible or what. Pull it, it will be visible now. So here I am having my terminal. I can just do a lot of things here. I can do almost everything here. I can use multiple tools. I can use multiple uh, functions of it, right? So definitely, whenever you will install your WSL, you will be able to do a lot of things. WSL is the easiest thing to install. Back to last year, 2021, when I was having Windows, I was personally using WSL. So you can just take a look at it. So that was the basic setup, I will say, about the security, the web pen testing. Now there is the main topic: approach. How to approach a website for this thing. So definitely approaching a website for bug bounty uh, would not be that simple. I won't say okay, it's so simple about it. I won't lie. What approach you need for it? What approach you will need? So I will say, when it comes to approach, you will need the ultimate thing. You can say that websites usage. So first of all, whenever you are trying to approach a website, focus on the things you have to focus mainly is like, oh, what sort of people are using the website, and what is the use of this website. These are the main things you need to know when you are trying to do some sort of security research or pen test on a particular website. You have to know what is the particular use of the website. And also, the third thing would be gathering information about it mainly. Information gathering is a whole different part. The next part we are having is information gathering. We have to gather as much information as we can when we are hunting for it, and then we have to look for expired services. We can look for missing sanitization, right? A lot of things are there to look for. Lot of things. Approach can be like, 200 or 300 lines there. Approach is a very important thing when it comes to. We can just also look for misconfigurations. There is a lot of things in approaches. When we are going to do live in this session, I will tell you how to do that. We're having a whole live session here, right? Now, information gathering. right? Information gathering. I just said you have to gather a lot of information about our target. So information gathering is a whole you know in-depth part. So let's do this. Information gathering. So first of all, you're only having let's suppose, let me try to do the information gathering on a particular website. Let's suppose, let me try to do information gathering on my own website. I have to gather the information of this website. What will I do? So first of all, this is the domain.com, right? A domain, the .com. First of all, I will try to find all the subdomains what I am having for this. So let me try to find subdomains for this particular website. So it will take on few seconds to find all the subdomains depending on your system and internet connection, especially. Okay, so here I am having four subdomain in 23 seconds here. I'm having here four subdomains. Now, what is the next information I need about it? Would be what are the data available for this website. So you can, the dorking thing. There is something called dorking, Google dorking. Let me tell you what is Google dorking is. So in Google dorking, it usually refers to, uh, you know, using some particular keywords to find something on Google. So if I say, you can say that there's a lot of, you can say, dorks available on internet. But let me show you how to do that. Let's try some sort of database dork, which will help you to find database of some particular companies. So let's try another one. As a webcam trick, we are usually aware of it. Okay, so here we are. Let me go to the google.com. Here I am using a dork. So in dorking, we are having some particular keywords that we use to find some sort of particular data. So here I am trying to find data about, or you can say open webcams. Here I am trying to find some sort of open webcams. So let me hit enter and I got almost 648 results. So let me open some of them. Here I got time lapse. I don't know what is the time lapse. So here we are having a time lapse of a security camera maybe, or a webcam. We don't know what it is. So you can use dorking for multiple things. Now let's try to find another one. Here I'm also having another one, webcam.jpg. It's a webcam of some sort of shore, seashore or something like that. So here we're having the name and location for it. Now if you're having name and locations, Google it, you will get even more details about it. Now here we're having another directory, you can say mac.current.jpg. Okay, this is in some sort of deserty forest or something like that. So definitely, when we are, you can also use Google Docs for hunting, or even though you can say for bug bounty. So that was a Google Docs. But how can you use it for the bug bounty, or I can say weapon testing? So this is how you will use it. You can just use this website docs.faisalahamad.me and it will write doc for you automatically. So let me try to find WordPress, expose log files, login page, SQL error. Okay, there is an issue. Okay, so let me try to find directory listing. There is no directory listing. configuration file leaks. There are no configuration file leaks. Let me try to find database leaks. There are no database leaks. Now WordPress leak, no nothing there. Expose log files, then nothing. Backup and old files, nothing. Login errors. So the website is pretty secure. I built it, so it's pretty secure. But you can say that when you're trying to look for some sort of other thing, Tesla.com or direct listing, nothing. WordPress. So you can see whenever you clicked on WordPress, you got 287 results, and these are of Tesla. So you can definitely check them out. We're not going any further. We are not authorized to do this right now publicly, but definitely you can try to find this sort of things using the dorks. Now, also, dorking is not limited to this. You can also do the GitHub dork. On GitHub, you can also do this thing. Just double quote and just name the website here. I'm having zero. I have forgot to mention that. We're having Tesla.com and we are having 40k code commit. Now, how will you find a single thing from 40,000 code commits, right? That's a basic question. So we will go to this GitHub directory, and what we want something .sql. Why .sql is used? Do anyone know? Right? It's pretty simple. Why we are what .sql is gonna use for? So .sql is used for the database files. So I am trying to find some sort of SQL in Tesla.com. So I got 45 results. Now I can manually open the 45 files and check for some serious issues here, right? So this is how you can do the dorking thing. Then you now you know what do you know till now? We know the services, the dork, the git dorking, or you can say GitHub dork, right? Now what we can do is find parameters. Okay, we all know that the website is not limited to the Tesla.com or the cyberbird.com. If I'm here on my target tab, then we are not limited to the cyberboy.com. We got a lot of other things to do. So if I click on scan, scroll, okay, then what it is going to do is you can see that it is going to crawl the whole website and just give me endpoints like this. So our normal endpoint was like the slash favicon.co. But when we were trying to spider the whole thing, then we got a lot of other things like slash cdn slash talent slash platform, other things. But also you can do one more thing. Let me check if I'm having tools here. CD tools. Here I'm having a tool named as param spider. Here I'm having the tool param spider, right? Now let me add the hyphen d. It will try to find all the parameters or endpoints. So I got 24 endpoints. So you can just take a look at these are the 24 endpoints related to my website. So this is how you know the parameters. Okay, you know how to find the parameters. Right? Basic thing, not a big deal here. Now after the parameters, you can try to find the open port. So you can just do the nmap hyphen pn and maybe the website. It will try to find it, but you have to find the IP of the website. Now you got multiple ways to find IP of the website. I just uh, entered the domain. You're not supposed to do this thing, but anyway, I just did this. that's the thing you can use now. We know the open ports now. What we can do after it? After knowing the open ports, we can try to do some sort of gather information about the past of the website. Now, how will you be able to see past of a website? There is a way you can say way back URLs. This is something which is usually, it is usually help. It is usually used to just saw the past of any website. अपन अगर किसी वेबसाइट का पास्ट ओपन करेंगे तो लेट मी जस्ट प्लेस याहू और नो नॉट याहू tesla.com. आई एम टाइपिंग tesla.com. अब अपन सब लोग जानते हैं 2023 में टेस्ला किस तरीके से दिखता है वेबसाइट. So this is how the tesla.com on 2nd March of 2023 looks like. It is going to open. It will take some time, but it will open. So this is how the website looks like in 2023. Right. Now let's take a look at its past. So let's take a look how it looks like in 2003. Now here we are having a snapshot of 2003 tesla.com. So this is how the tesla.com looks like in 2003, I guess. Yeah, software development, consulting, and other things. Now in 2013, so this is the basic thing you can use to see the past. I'm showing that you can use this website to just take a look at any websites past, how they were used to look like. So what we know now is open port. We know the way back URLs. This is a very helpful tool, by the way. When you are into the bug bounty field from almost like few months, then you will know how much that thing is useful. So this is how website was looking in 2013. Now we know the open ports. Here are the open ports. We got them. Here is the open ports we are having 80,443, 8080, 8443, right? So we know the open ports here and many more things. Now let's move to the next thing. Bugs and vulnerabilities. We are here to cover these two things. Obviously, bugs and vulnerabilities. We just completed the information gathering. Now here is having a bug, cross-site scripting. So it is usually known as when malicious JavaScript is included into the website. So here let me try the website test PHP. I hope this one is working now. So here we are. How the search is supposed to work? Very simple thing. When you enter something into the search box, let me just enter a hello here. Hello. Now you can see that we are having a whole hello reflecting here. Right, we are having the hello reflecting here. But what if we enter some sort of JavaScript here? So let me try to insert a img space src equals to HTML code. So you can see that here we are getting a broken image. So maybe we are able to inject some sort of you can say vulnerable things here. So let me try to do some pop-up. Right. So here you can see that the website says test.php vulnerable.com says one. Now, how it is saying one? All what I have done is a payload. You can say that I have used that image source equals to X, and on error I want the alert. On error I want the alert, which should be saying one. Now I can replace it with document.twkie cookie, right? Let me try this. Okay. So there are no cookies in the website. We are getting no cookies here. Let's try to do document.domain. Now this website is a dummy website. I can't show the actual pop-up here just because of policies of YouTube. Here you can see that it is showing the testphp.oneweb.com says the domain. But I got something to show. You can just go to my YouTube channel here. You can go to my YouTube channel and here is the recent video how I found the same bug on Google. So you can check it out. I was unable to do it on real life cases right now because of YouTube policies and the bug hunting policies whenever they are having their own policy while hunting. So that's the reason here. And this is the basic XSS or you can say cross-site scripting bug here. Let me show you. I was trying to do some practicals on Google, IBM, Nokia, and Lenovo, but I'm unable to do it here right now. Right. So XSR type of injection, which is malicious script injected into otherwise mentioned in the trusted website. So you can say we are trying to, I have mentioned something called the approach misconfiguration and missing sanitization. So the search box for any parameter should be configured to avoid any sort of JavaScript execution. And here the JavaScript is executing. I'm able to execute a JavaScript command here. I can even just remove this thing and mention any photo here, and the photo will open. I think the photo will open here. I don't know what photo is here. So you can see that I'm able to even load a photo here, right? So definitely you are not supposed to execute JavaScript in search box. Now, next thing, what is our next vulnerability? SSRF. So before SSRF, let me show you something. Um, SSRF is something you can say is you can say same as its definition. Server side request forgery. We are doing something which is related to server, right? So SSRF is a web security issue that allow attacker to induce the server side application to make request to unintended location. So we are telling the website server to make request to any location we want, and that should be an unintended location, right? And you can say that in bug bounty you are getting rewards. So you can see that the reward for SSRF is intense. So for SSRF, people have got $25,000, $3,500, $4,000, and many more amount. You can just take a look at here. Take a look here. Now there is usually two types of SSRF: internal and external. So in internal, you are having a public server and private server, and I am attacker. So attacker will send a payload which will go to the public server, and from the public server we will payload to internal server, right? So what are happening is there we are trying to send some sort of vulnerability. So let's do a little bit of things here. SSRF. Here I am the attacker, and on the public server you are having just your UI maybe, right? the interactive things, but on the private server, you are having your whole database. But as an attacker, I will try to do some sort of payload here so that the public server will make a response, will make a will make the public server will make a particular request. Just a second. Yeah, here we are. So here we are. So in SSRF, I am the attacker, and there are some sort of important data which is allocated on private server, but we are only able to access public server. So what we will try to do is we will try as an attacker. I will send a payload to the public server, and the public server will make request to private server, and the private server will send us the resources here. So this is how the internal SSRF works. So on the private server is is private server is of the company we are hunting on. This private server is not very public, right? So we have to take a look on that thing. No one else is able to access the private server because it's the private of that particular company. But when it comes to external, one of my favorite bugs here, external SRF, you can see that here is the image. As an attacker, I am telling the particular website to attack another website. So that can be a very critical thing when it comes to this thing. Right. As an attacker, I am trying the website.com to request another website. Here it is also having the photo of internal SRF. I don't know why. Anyway, it's so simple to understand. You are trying to request the cyberbot.com to request particular resource to google.com. So it won't show your name, it will show my name that I am requesting some sort of particular things from google.com. And maybe you can request some sort of private resources or confidential resources which are only accessible to us and you will get access to it. So that is a critical thing when it comes to data theft. Now here are few more bugs. Clickjacking. Clickjacking is very funny, by the way. Okay, so anyone can test for clickjacking. It's very simple. You just have to go to a browser, click and just search clickjacker. You will get the clickjacker.io website and just enter your website, cyberboy.com, and boom, it will test for clickjacking and tell you if that site is vulnerable or not. So it's not accessing the site. I don't know what happened. Anyway, let me say tesla.com. And now you can see that it is safe from clickjacking attack. It is already saying you that, right? So this is how you just find the clickjacking. And you know what the clickjacking means is a very simple thing. Clickjacking is, you can say, is a combination of two words, click and hijacking. It refers to hijacking user click for malicious intent. You can rate this very simple. There is no big deal in this. Right? That's a very simple thing when it comes to clickjacking. Now session hijacking. I just told you about the cookie thing, right? There was a cookie thing, a cookie editor we use. Now there is a thing. Uh, I am on my Chrome and I logged into. I don't think I can show that. Anyway, let me explain. YouTube got its own policies. So session hijacking. Very simple. I am user A. You can say I am user A in my Firefox browser. I logged into website as A, right? ओके, मैं यूज़र ए हूँ, मैंने वेबसाइट में मेरे खुद के अकाउंट से लॉगिन किया है और मैं हूँ अटैकर क्रोम ब्राउज़र में, जिसने अटैकर अकाउंट से लॉगिन किया है। अगर मैं फायरफॉक्स में जाता हूँ और जो भी यूआरएल चल रहा है, लेट्स सपोज़ मैं कोई भी एक न्यूज़ यूआरएल खोल लिया, या मैंने कुकी एक्सेप्ट कर ली। नाउ अगर मैं फायरफॉक्स का कुकीज़ अगर क्रोम में डालता हूँ और यहाँ पे यूज़र ए का अकाउंट खुल जाता है, देन देयर इज़ द सिक्योरिटी इश्यू। दैट्स अ सिंपल सेशन हाइजैकिंग, राइट? नॉट अ बिग डील। Now, web application firewall bypass, web bypass. You usually know it as web bypass, web bypass. Now, I will not say that it is that simple, but whenever there is a firewall bypass, the firewall will fix it. If there is some sort of, there is a accesses that Cloudflare is blocking, then there must be some bypass. We all are having Twitter for this. So whenever I want a particular bypass, what I will do is accesses bypass, accesses Cloudflare bypass. I will just search like this, and it will give me a lot of results, but I will particularly, prefer Twitter for this result. So on Twitter, I got a lot of things like that. How to bypass the Cloudflare, right? This is the best thing you can get this thing. Someone had asked, I have searched one website that is showing it is vulnerable to clickjacking attack. I will say clickjacking is having no reward. It is usually out of scope. I'm just showing this because I was having some demand, then that's all. Now, information disclose, we are already done on it, right? I have told you how you can find the information retrieval, and during that process, there is a lot of things or a lot of, uh, you know, there's a lot of information you will get about it. What if you get some sort of user ID and password during the GitHub Recon? Then that's the information disclosure. Now, that was the theory. We have done the practical. This slide is little bit late. So sorry for the theory. Now, there is a thing, career guide, right? How you can make a career out of it, I will say. So, how we provide a career, first of all, let me show you our perspective, how we provide our career to our students from our startup. So, as I said, I'm having a startup, uh, cyber, the cyber security. So, we are offering multiple courses, the bug bounty courses, the advanced bug bounty courses, anything, you can say a lot of things there. So this is our batch 10. If you want to enroll, I will just tell in the last. Leave it for now. How we usually help our students to get their career out. So I will say do certifications, the major thing. Also do one more thing. You have to do one more thing. I will say. Okay, so if you're doing education, first of all, I will take this perspective. If you are doing the education, suppose BTech or something like that, and you are planning to do masters, then good. You can do that. And if you're also doing bug bounty course with us, right? Definitely. As I said, how we help our students if they are in our course, then definitely we would like to make their CV or resume better by adding some Hall of Fames. I have seen some of my students got job with only 10th pass degree, or it's not a degree by the way, that's mark sheet of 10th pass, right? On the basis of bug bounty. So just you can make a very good CV. We usually help our students for it, and that can help you a lot. Now, how you can just jump into the field of cybersecurity? So I will not say that do this, do that. Before jumping into the cybersecurity, explore why you want to jump in. Explore the different fields of cybersecurity. There is not only a single field in cybersecurity. There are multiple fields in cybersecurity. So make sure you are aware of all the fields and other things. Cybersecurity is not just some sort of web pen testing. There's a lot of other things there. There's cloud computing, there is, ape exploitation, web app and abstract, and a lot of other things. So definitely you have to explore the whole thing before actually trying to do this thing. Now, that was for today's session, and I would like to introduce one more thing. Uh, for the AR club, I am having some sort of discount. So if you belong to the AR club or have attended this webinar, okay, so you will get a coupon to the courses to the batch 10 course. You will get 10% off to the batch 10. So you can just visit the URL. I will share the link in the to the host, and they will share you the link in the comments. So you can try to check it out. And that was for today's session. Thanks for watching. These are my social medias if you want to contact me. Or if you got any issues, you can contact me.
Thank you very much, sir. I hope that they will check out the link and also they will go through your social profile. So if anyone has any doubts, so please comment.
Yeah, you can comment. I'm already watching it. Look, if you are doing it for not a good purpose, I will say you are doing it for some sort of, you know, yeah, you can say that. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but you're not.
I think he has been disconnected. Otherwise, all the queries you can ask in the WhatsApp group of the AR Club. The link will be shared to you. So, thank you very much, guys. And I am thankful again to the AR Club that they think me as a capable to host this session. Thank you very much. Goodbye, guys.